Lord Krishna explaining this gradual path of progress in perfection. So, Lord instructing Arjuna that if you can fix your mind upon me and engage all your intelligence in me, you will live in me and always without a doubt. So, Lord Krishna is asking Arjuna to fix your mind upon me and engage your intelligence, then you will be always living in me without a doubt. So the question is that how somebody can fix his mind and intelligence in Krishna. अथ समाधातु न शक्नोसि मयि स्थिरम अभ्यास योगेन ततो माम इच्छाप्तुम धनंजय. So Lord Krishna is again telling, if it is very difficult to engage your mind, to fix your mind in me, then you can fix your mind by following regulated devotional principles of Bhakti Yoga. So Arjuna replying that it is very, very difficult to fix the mind and intelligence in the service of Lord. In the next sloka, Lord immediately answering that you are going to certainly think that it is very difficult to engage the mind and intelligence in the service of Lord, which he has already asked in 8th chapter, right? What he asked? He asked that Chanchala hi mana Krishna pramartha golavad drudha tasya nigraham baureva suduskana. He already told that it is possible to control wind, but not to control the mind. So then what to do? It is so difficult to control the mind and then also intelligence to be engaged in the service. So Lord explaining that for that the regulated principle of devotional service is given. If you follow that, your mind will be regulated. So this is regulated process of devotional service. What is that? Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Bandhana, Archana, Dasya, Sakshya, Atmanivedana. Right? These 9 kind of devotional service are engaging in the mission of preaching service. That is Kirtan. So in one word, Hari Kirtan. So Hari Kirtan, what is Hari Kirtan? Hari Kirtan means glorification of Lord Hari. How to glorify Lord Hari? How to glorify Lord Hari? Glorification of Lord Hari, Lord is all glorified, is the presentations of the glory of Lord to the unfortunate souls, so that they will awaken their dormant love of Godhead. Krishna bhuli sei jiva anadi bahirmukha ataeva maya tare deha sansarera dukha. Forgetting the relation with Krishna, the living entity is suffering from time immemorial. From when? From time immemorial. Don't know how long it's suffering. So, forgetting Krishna is the root cause. Right? So, how he can remember Krishna? Yei rupe sansare bhamite kono jan sadhu sange nija tattva avagata han. Like this, since time immemorial, he is traveling from one form to other and finding no help. But if a bona fide sadhu devotee of Lord Krishna gives him the help to understand Krishna, give him association of Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, engages him in devotional service, then only he will be able to get the signs of self-realization. निज तत्व अवगत भया संसार ना चाहे केनवा भजिनु माया करे हाय हाय. At this state, because of sadhu sangha, he comes to this understanding that why I have spent so much of my time uselessly running after some sort of happiness which has never realized. Happiness where always seeing ahead. ऐसा कर लूँगा तो थोड़ा सुख मिलेगा अवश्य. Will do more more labor, more try, more effort, work little, more extra steps. So then I will have more money and more utilities like house, car, this and that, right? Then I will be happy. Somehow he did that extra hard work, effort. He might be able to achieve the goal of arranging the utilities, maybe house, maybe sufficient bank balance, maybe nice car. He has been able to do, but to do that he also undergone lots of pain, extra steps, extra labor, extra effort. All he has done. But has he attained that happiness which he was looking for? What he had seen, that I will be happy after getting that, has he got? That is all the journey. All of you professionals have said this journey. You all have also seen this happiness. Have you ever realized? Happiness always seen ahead, never attained. Even if it is attained, very meager, little, very dilute. No concentrated happiness as you can achieve in Nam Sankirtan, as you can achieve from the service of Lord. Romancha Kampasur Taranga Bhajo. The body will be shivering with joy, happiness of love of Godhead. Here will, all this body here will stand. Body will have a transcendental flow of ecstasious love of Godhead. So the happiness that can be derived from Supreme Personality of Godhead's devotional service can never be attained otherwise. Such happiness is in intrinsic nature purifies the impurities that is deposited since time immemorial, long life. So many activities we have done, maybe sinful, maybe bonding. Bonding means when we are too attached, that creates bondage. Bondage is common. Sometimes sinful means punishments are there. Sometimes pious means you have some good merit, but bondage are still there. That's how lots of karma bandhana and karma para awaiting for us, the result of activities. So that is what we are suffering today. Even though we put high effort to resolve material conditions, hardly we can do so. But if we take another approach of devotional service, all these can be established at once. Vedesu yajnasya tapassu chaiva danesu jatpunya phalam pradishtam atyati tatsarvam idam viditva yogihi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. At once, in the very beginning, when you take up this Krishna consciousness, you will be given the result of jagya, dana, tapa, brata, austerities. This four limb cleanliness, austerity, and what are they? Satya, Daya, Khyama, Suchi. Truthfulness, forgiveness are very, very important. These 4 limbs you get at once. See, in Krishna consciousness movement, a devotee comes, immediately give up eating food other than Krishna Prasad. Non-veg, meat, all this by killing animals is merciless job for the tongues. So that is a devotee never do. Similarly, intoxication, gambling, and illicit association with women, all this he immediately gives up. Cleanliness started. Suchi. Cleanliness started. Heart is free from all the contaminations. So with that, he places Supreme Personality of Godhead in the heart. Where he was putting other desires, now has become a transcendental seat filled with love. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hrudayesu vilokayanti jam syama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. With that heart, where Lord Krishna is sitting, is realized. Realized to whom? To the devotee. Earlier also Lord Krishna was there as Paramatma. Now also there. But now the bed, the heart has become very suitable bed for Lord Krishna because of impurities are gone. Now he is able to exchange or reciprocations of loving devotional service with God is happening. So this state is completely immune to material miseries. At this state, he is completely immune to material miseries. What are the material miseries you are suffering? One is adhyatmika, because of mind. Everyone always suffering. Manu dukhi. Dhanu dukha, tanu dukha are there. Man dukha. Suffering because of his own mind has incessant desire. Lots of branches of each desire. Bahusakha hi anantascha buddhya avevasayana. Not being resolute in Krishna consciousness, he has many fold of desires. Traveling here and there, not getting any of the desire fulfilled, and he is getting adhyatmika dukkha. Suffering because of his own mind. Similarly, material nature has whatever arrangement in this world is very difficult, not so suitable. Heavenly planet have better arrangements. So, adi bhautika dukkha, adi daivika dukkha. Bhautika dukkha means your neighbor and these insects and so many other troubles coming from other living entities. Your like enemies, your envious friends, all are there causing trouble to you, right? Similarly, sometimes insects, mosquitoes bite, sometimes other ferocious wild animals are there. Similarly, the heat, cold, the natural calamities, the environmental conditions, that kind of sufferings are there. So these are common along with Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Repeatedly, birth, death, old age and disease. These miseries are very painful to living entities. When he can become immune, if he becomes devotee, realize the existence of Lord within his heart. Lord is existent, always existent. But when he is self-realized, he will understand that he is part and parcel of Lord. Mama eva ansa, vivasa, jiva luke, jiva bhuta sanatana. I am eternally part and parcel of Lord. Being parcel, ansera dharma hai, purnera sevan. Being parcel, my occupational engagement should be to serve Lord. Part should serve whole, right? so that he will be connected to the eternal source of happiness. Sat Chit Ananda is the intrinsic property or ingredient of a living entity. What is that? Ananda. Sat Chit means cognizant and eternity. That is there. And along with that, he is ever blissful. But he is not. Why? Why? Because of the false covering of material existence. He is himself owning everything, capturing everything. He is mine. Aham mama buddhi. Me and mine. So, mana buddhi ahankar is the subtler form of the body which is regarded as the covering. Must be purified to a transcendental realm of devotional service. What Lord Krishna said here in 8th shloka? That mana buddhi adatsva. My mana buddhi adatsva. Engage your mind, intelligence. In addition to this, the real identity, false ego, must be transformed to the actual identity. That aham Krishna dasha. So this mama, aham mameti dilemma will be resolved. That time we'll think that everything belongs to Krishna. I am belonging to Krishna. This family member are also belonging to Krishna. That become a Krishna-centered life. So that is called the perfection in devotional service that will happen through the process of what? Bhakti. How it will be facilitated? এই রূপে ব্রহ্মাণ্ডে ভ্রমিতে কোন জন নেক্সট লোক সাধু সঙ্গে নিজ তত্ত্ব অবগত হন. This kind of sadhu sangha is very much important. Without sadhu sangha, there is no hope of such thing to happen. Repeated sadhu sangha. Because we have a disease of forgetting Krishna. And we must take a medicine to cure that disease. What is that medicine? Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha will give remembrance. Forgetfulness is the root cause. Solution should be remembrance. Remembrance will come through Sadhu Sangha. Association. A, B, C, D, E. A for association with Sadhu. B for book reading. C for chanting holy name. D for died as Krishna Prasad. So like this, you can do deity worship. So like that, you can come back to the state of remembering your original identity. So the false ego, aham mameti, will go away. Now Krishna is my master, or Krishna is my son. Or you can consider Krishna as your friend. However, you can establish a relation with Lord. Na cha bhavayatah shanti asantasya kutah sukham. The whole world is suffering because of this one reason, that they don't realize their relationship with Krishna. So make lots of kama sankalpa before even starting a work. Kama sankalpa, you understand? Everybody has some sankalpa. Sankalpa means plan. So you have to give yourself a determination to start a work. So for what you will do? Always you are asking, right? For what I will do? क्यों करना है मुझे ये? क्या मिलेगा? ये प्रश्न पहले पूछते हैं. चाहे कंपनी का जॉब हो या किसी को मदद करना है, कहीं पे भी, क्या मुझे क्या मिलेगा? What I will get? That is sankalpa. You need a sankalpa. What kind of sankalpa? Kama sankalpa. Kama means how I will be benefited, how my senses will be benefited. That is called kama sankalpa. That is the root cause. That is the root cause. So, because of that, kama sankalpa nibaddhate. Because of that, he is bondage to the law of karma. Lord Krishna said that karmanyeva adhikarate ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturburmati sankastu akarmani. That is the law of karma, that if you work for the sake of working, you have the right to do work, but you don't have the right to drive the result. Result is driven by Lord. Though there are 5 factors, but ultimate sanctioning authority is Lord. The various places you are eligible with your working senses and your very thought to do some act, and your endeavors, you are putting various endeavors. Finally, material nature or the acquired nature, Sattva, Raja, Tama, whichever nature you have, based on that you are deciding how to do. Ultimate sanctioning authority is Lord. If He do not sanction, all of your plan would be there. You would have put lots of endeavor. Your senses, like working senses, might be strong enough to execute those work, yet that will not happen. Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. I have done, I will enjoy. I have done, I will enjoy. Phalasakto nibaddhate. That is the I have done, I will enjoy. That is called phalasakti. He is so much attracted to the result of his deed. Buddho saranamanicha karpanaha phalahetam. This way he is not engaging his buddhi and vritti. Buddhi means intelligence, vritti means occupational duty, what he has performed, not in the service of Lord. That is not engaged in the service of Lord. He is attracted to all that I have done, I must enjoy. So this is aham mameti. This is false ego. So these 3 purifications. What is that? What is that always covering us? We just discussed 3 things. Subtle body. What is that subtle body? Man, buddhi, ahankar. Mind, intelligence, false ego. We discussed about mind and intelligence. Now we discussed about false ego. This false ego need to be purified by knowing or by self-realized through the process of devotional service, which is prescribed in the sloka 12.9. You will not be able to control your mind, so engage in devotional service. By that, your false ego will be converted to pure form of that. That, oh Krishna, I am yours and you are mine. Sakruteva prapanna jaha tavasmiti chachache abhaya sarvada tasmai dadami etad bratam. Even if once you come to this state of surrenderness, that I am yours and you are mine. My everything is belonging to you and I mean to only serve you. That means he will not give up his family. There is nothing to be fear about that. So in this sloka says no fear. Abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etam bratam mama. When Krishna promises, he always keep more than what he promises. Even Krishna do keep his promises more than he promised. Even once Krishna hold your hand, will never give up. There are people who can promise and go away. You may rely on so many things, on your property, on your bank balance, on your whatever, on your efficiency. You always keep on rely, and they do not fulfill your reliability, because they are not reliable. They are limited, or it depends on others. Nobody is so reliable than Krishna. Only reliability is on Krishna. That is devotion. With that devotion, one can be freed from all kind of fear. Sarvadharman paritejya. Sarvadharman paritejya mam ekam saranam braja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mukkheshami masucha. So here Lord is explaining you can give up all such mundane religious sentiments. What are mundane religious sentiments? The sentiments that keeps you in the material world. This is aham mameti. The doubt, hesitation and fear to give up these things sometimes give you the the support from so-called religiosity. So-called religiosity means if I do this, that society will not be having or deprived from such opportunity. If I do not go for a family life, how there will be children? So many people, if everybody will, he immediately thinks if everybody will become like that, what will happen? It is very difficult for one person to become like that. How many people are brahmacharis? It's so difficult job, and you are thinking if everybody will do like that. Everybody cannot. Only few. Manusyanam sahasresu kaschit jana kaschit jatatamam siddha jatatanam api siddhanam kaschin mameti tattva. Somebody will endeavor out of million, and out of million somebody will become successful. It's not so easy. The population of Bangalore maybe 5 to 10 crore. How many people are devotee here? How many people? Count. So that is the percentage, right? So even though there will be daily Nam Sankirtan, still people will not come. Only few fortunate people will come. So nothing to be put so-called mundane religiosity to restrict Bhagavata, Dharma or Bhagavata Samarpana. Bhagavata Samarpana is surrendering ourselves to Lord. The Dharma to execute is Bhagavata Dharma. The process recommended by Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhagavata Dharma. So do that and give up mundane religiosity. So many religiosity which has made by various facilities, various process, based on various goals and based on various consciousness, various form of religiosities are there. But for ultimate perfection, what is recommended is this Bhagavata Dharma, following the process of regulated devotional service. Are you getting this? So then এই রূপে ভ্রমিতে কোন জন সাধু সঙ্গে নিজ তত্ত্ব অবগত হন. So like this regulated devotional process is the most sublime recommended process given by Lord Krishna. अभ्यासे अपि असमर्थो असि मत कर्म परमो भव मदर्थम अपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धम अवाप्स्यसि. The highest is that if you do regulated devotional service and become perfectly controlling the mind, intelligence, falsago for the service of Lord. But if you are not still able to engage yourself in regulated devotional service, what are you supposed to do? That also Lord explaining in 10th sloka. Abhyasa api asamartha. See, abhyasa means regulated devotional service, practicing daily. If you are not able to do, then mat karma paramo bhava. Madartham api karmani kurban siddham bhavasasi. So, if you are not able to practice regulated devotional service, then just try to work for me, because by working for me you will come to perfect stage. Next step, if you are not able to somehow, because of your office duty, software engineers or any other jobs, lots of demand from the company or boss. So, very tight schedule. Sometimes some people work 12 hours, some may get relaxation. It is all fate, sometimes based on time, sometimes you are easy, sometimes you are very tight. So you may not be always, keep up this practice of devotional service. So only Saturday you are able to come. So then Lord gives second relaxation. Krishna Karma Arpana. Try to work for me. So this mission, like Bhakti Vedanta Institute, is completely dedicated to work for Krishna. So whatever work this mission is doing is working for Krishna. In this Bhagavad Gita 18.68 sloka, Lord says that Jaidam dharma sambhadam mad bhaktesu avidasyati bhakti mai param krutva labhati tad anantaram na chastasat manusyesu na cha priyatara bhuvi nava bhuya. There is no ever devotee who can ever be more dear to me than he who engages himself in this preaching mission to spread the glory of the devotional service among devotees, and by that he makes them immune to material miseries and come to the platform of devotional service. Thus, this is the highest service. You cannot do better benefit to one living entity other than this. You may sometimes give some food, some money to help him, but it can help for some while. It may not help also. You give money, you will drink. Nowadays these government facilities are coming to people, some free rations, free this and that, free housing, so many free things. So that sentiments is not very well utilized. Now people are not sometimes going to work, take some polythene liquor, drink and sleep, and then do all the nonsense activities. Crimes are increasing. If they are working hard, they will be tired, they will sleep and spend some time with family. If they have now no need to sometimes work, they can get easily some money to get some liquor, drink and do crimes. Right? So sometimes by giving financial aid will go negative. So what is the best benefit? If we can bring them to Krishna consciousness, that is the best. That is the original benefit by which he will be immune to miseries. उसको जो कष्ट है वो दूर होगा. कई जन्मों से कष्ट है, आगे भी कष्ट रहेगा. ये सारे कष्ट को आप दूर करते हैं. इससे ज़्यादा उपकार हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो अगर आप ये नहीं कर पाते हैं तो आपको क्या करना चाहिए? What you should do? That work for Krishna. Join your hand with this mission in spreading the glory of Lord. Whatever mean. Suppose you are working so hard for your company, earning some money, and with that money you are engaged in such service which could bring a change to so many people. They become happy and so you become happy. Because Lord is extremely pleased upon you for doing such work directly or indirectly. Directly means, first one is directly devotional service. Indirectly means through your hard earned money is engaged in this right direction. So your work which was for getting money is transformed to devotional service. Suppose a true scientist or a true scholar who glorify Lord, so his all effort while learning from the standard 1 till PhD all becomes service. That time he didn't know that it will become service. But when he served, all of his previous effort are devotional service. That is the transcendence. That is the extension of Lord's glory to all of you. Engage your buddhi bruti. Either your intelligence purely engaged in the service or your bruti or both. Best is your buddhi bruti. Mana buddhi bruti. Mana means your mind. Buddhi means your intelligence. Bruti means what you do. Occupational engagement. If all three are engaged in the service of the Lord, then not only you will be benefited, all other people will also be benefited. And if you revert it, if all other people are benefited, then you will definitely benefit. There is no doubt in it. Because you are dear most of Krishna. If because of you, all other people are benefited, they could come to the transcendental happiness of devotional service coming from Krishna, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. They are so ecstatic. You made them happy. So you are most dear to Krishna. And he will also become ecstatically happy. So that is the third provision given. Is it possible or not? Possible. If still not possible, what Lord says? If it is still not possible, Lord says in 11th sloka, 12th chapter Bhagavad Gita, 11th sloka. अथ तदपि असोक्तसि कर्तुं मदयगम आश्रितः सर्वकर्म फल त्यागम ततः कुरु यतात्मवान. If you are not able to work for Krishna consciousness, then try to act, give up your results. Here, no other thing. At that place, you are directly under the shelter and protection of Krishna. Now you don't want to be under the protection of Krishna, then material laws of nature will work. Don't punish. Laws of nature, as you do, so you get. As you bow the seed, similarly a plant will come, right? So whatever you have done, material nature has the punishment ready for that. So, if you are still interested to do some good for you, then give up the result. If you are attached to result, definitely you will get punishment. You will get bondage. And you will get repeated birth and death. If you still want to free from that birth and death, you may not get pure devotional service of Krishna if you deprive from Krishna consciousness. But if you want to become transcendentalist, get a perfection in the sufferings of material world, at least you give up the result. To whom you give up? If you are able to give it up to devotees of Krishna, to the mission of Krishna, for the service of Krishna, again you are fortunate. And that is also again you are going to the second, that 10th sloka state. Working for Krishna. May not be fully synchronized, but gradually you will be synchronized. As you have started giving the result for Krishna, so gradually you come to this. But if you are giving it for other causes or just like anything, whoever takes it up, just like in that feeling, in that case you have to absolutely free from all the bondages, all the results, what you are trying to enjoy. That will create bondages. So you must come to this state. Otherwise there are no hope of transcendental happiness, no hope of perfection, no hope of solving the ultimate problem of human life. All of our activity, if you are a wise person, all of our activities should contribute to this goal to solve the biggest problem of life. Everybody is trying to solve some problem, is not it? You are not trying to solve problem. Everybody is trying to solve problem. What is the biggest problem? It's not knowing the biggest problem. Just trying to solve the problems which is not at all a problem. But that called concocted or mundane problem, which has no existence itself. हम ऐसे छोटे छोटे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं जिसका कोई आवश्यकता ही नहीं है, इससे कोई फायदा नहीं होने वाला है, इसी पे टाइम बर्बाद करते हैं. बट एक्चुअली हमें करना क्या है, जो सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है उसको सॉल्व करना है. सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्या है? What is the biggest problem? Forgotten Krishna. So you are suffering. कृष्ण बोली सही जीव अनादि बहिर्मुख अतएव माया तारदय संसार दुख. संसार दुख, miseries of the material world. त्रिताप, जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि, repeated cycle of birth and death. That is the biggest problem. That has to be solved. So if you are a software engineer, I think, what is that expectation? All that you do in your office must be contributing to the goal of project. Is not it? If you don't do, company will catch you and bye bye. Is not it? So all that you do must contribute to project. You don't do here and there whatever you like. You have to do what project is demanding. Similarly, for your life, you should do whatever that must contribute to the ultimate goal. Huh? What is that ultimate goal? Remembering Krishna. Remembering Krishna. Even if you are working for your software life, work sincerely, no problem. Engage the result in the service of Lord. Right? That is how you will be freed. If you are not able to do those things also, then what happened? Lord Krishna said in 12th sloka. So that is, if you are unable to give up the result of your karma, adveshta sarva bhutanam, shreyo hi jnanam abhyasaj jnanad dhyanam visishyate dhyanad karma phalas tyaga tyagad santiranantaram. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better, so that is the recommendations. Finally, if you cannot do this, then study. Because your lack of knowledge itself, you don't know what is the best for you. So now you study. Study the science of self-realization. Practice the science first. First you know. You are now aware because Sadhu, Shastra, Ganga, Tulasi have every facilities. Paramatma, every facilities are there who are now directly telling what is the best. Not able to understand, now you go and study. Practice knowledge. Practice the culture of understanding yourself, understanding Krishna. If any such field of knowledge, not cultivating Krishna consciousness, not knowing about Krishna, then he is doing that in vain. Srama eva hi kevalam. If knowledge also you are not acquiring to know the relation with Krishna, Veda Shastra kahe Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. All scripture says about three things. Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Your relation with God and how you to get back that relation, and Prayojana is that how you execute that relation. Love of Godhead. Prayojana. So, Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana, this is vividly explained. And Vedanta Sutra, which is essence of all Vedic literature, you know, right? Vedanta Sutra. It is having 4 pada. 2 pada is dedicated for Sambandha. To know your Sambandha, your relationship. 2 other pada is for one for Abhidaya and for Prayojana. Prayojana is how to get, how to, Abhidaya is how to get love. What is the process to get love? What is the process? Anyone can answer? Very simple. 12.9, Lord recommended. Regulated devotional service. भक्ति भक्ति करना यही है. अभिधेय नाम भक्ति प्रेम प्रयोजन. If you chant holy name and do bhakti, devotion, that is the process to get your sambandha. And what is prayojana? Prema prayojana. Love of Godhead. Gole kara jata mukta mahajan kare sada nama sankirtan. After getting prema, they are chanting the holy name and dancing ecstasy in Golok Vrindavan. That you do here also. Gradually you will be elevated to that state. Right? It's not very difficult to know these things. So simplified and so easily explained in scripture. So far what I have said is always referred by a sloka, is not it? I have not said anything. I am no one to speak anything. This loudspeaker is there to present to your ear. So what is its job? Is loudspeaker can claim that I am telling you. Similarly, I am not telling. I have no one to tell. What Krishna has told, I can become a loudspeaker to reach out to the oral receptions. That's what I am doing here. I have no better service than that. This service and the service to Tulsi, Ganga are all equal level. Lord becomes extremely pleased. If you offer one petal of Tulsi leaf at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna says that I will become your servant because I will be so much obliged. So Krishna becomes a servant of devotee. Aham bhakta paradhina. he becomes under control of devotee. Right? Next, the Vigraha, Lord Jagannath, he surrendered to devotee. However you want to take. Daidapatis are devotees in serving Lord Jagannath, putting Jagannath on shoulder, carrying to chariot, all this, right? How they want, they are serving. These deities are surrendered to you because of your devotion. Lord is surrendered to you. So, like that you offer your homages. Patram puspam phalam toya jo me bhakta pradichyati. Flower or water. Or if you have some capability to buy fruits, sweets, whatever you want. Okay, so this is the process recommended for the transcendental joy. Set your journey from the miseries to the transcendental joy and become happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.